Hello and good morning. So, this time I decided to start with one fight before the boss of the shrine here. So, went through the first, the base floor and the first three descents. Essentially just going and getting all the stuff. And actually, this lady right here is the one that has the enchilada in this case. So, neutral cleric of some description. She actually started over here. So if that information helps to identify, I guess, anything that wasn't able to be figured out from just reading the guide as it is, there's a picture of it. So, at any rate, there's only one other guy left, and he's not exactly going to do much. But, at any rate, I actually got some confirmation since last time, in terms of the numbers and things like that. So yeah, when I was saying that it seemed like the numbers seemed a little bit off, Rakes did confirm that, yeah, they're, it's not a mod thing, it's actually a base game thing, but apparently, when it calculates what different stuff does, it doesn't calculate extra damage, so like, or sometimes it doesn't calculate percentage damage, so like this thing, even though it shows, where is it? I think it was the Might Ring that had it higher. I don't know, one of them had it higher. But the way that it shows it, it seems like it's only adding like 7 damage, but apparently it's that 7 damage plus another 10% on top of that. So it ends up being pretty dramatic in the end, but you're pretty much sacrificing some defense. So, gonna be using those on some of the tankier folks, like Denim here. Honestly, nobody even attacks him, he's just freaking immortal. So, yeah. Also, I think I've pretty much gotten everything for him now. Yeah, pretty much. So we'll see if more stuff comes around. Actually, I've been curious for a long time if it ever shows that little, like, mastery star like it does for the skills. If it actually shows that for the classes once you finally get everything. So he's a couple levels away from that. As far as different stuff that's been swapped out, I mean, he's gotten his thing. He's just faster. I'm still going to try to make this build work for her. Actually, one thing I was considering is just doing the whole double spear thing with her. So once she can use the Longinus, was basically just going to give her that, and then the halberd, and then the spear thingy. If I believe I have another spearman earring, or yeah, there we go. So, I mean, that seems like it would be a pretty dramatic upgrade. Instead of the usual that it's showing there, it's showing it. I mean, just base 15 is upgraded, and then, you know, another 10% or whatever on top of that. She already can do some pretty crazy damage, so we'll see. We'll see. I think double spears might be the thing for her. I don't believe I've changed much else here. Started using Berta a bit more. Oh yeah, and I got 2 new people here. So these are based off the 2 main submitters for stuff for the AC arena, actually. But basically I wanted to test out these classes more. My main animal trainers are kind of off being gunners, and by the way, Card Gauge is a zombie now. But yeah, actually kind of think of it. Can zombies change classes? No, they can't change classes. So he's just permanently that now. But yeah, so previously Card Gauge and Gamp had been my main animal peoples, I believe, and well, everyone else is either dead or deserted, so I decided to get into just train up a new one. I have him specializing in whips, so there's Cow, and then Royal's the one that I wanted to turn into an Angel Knight down the line, so he's going to be, well, killed off and turned into, into a zombie. Then we have to go do that whole Book of the Dead thing. Do I have one of those? Because for some reason I was thinking yesterday that I actually had one, and then I went ahead and sold it because I said I'd never use it. In which case, I'm a moron, but let's see if that's the case. I think that well might be the case. Yes, I do believe that is the case. Well, there's a chance that I did a dumb thing. Alright, well, either way. I have to go back for the Wind God crap anyway, so I'll pick it up at that point. Rebirth. So I forget what the hell. I think this is like turning a zombie into a person again. but don't really see much of a point in that. I mean, I guess it's there if you want the option. So, as I understand it, the Angel Knight process is to take this guy, essentially have him get killed, then have a Necromancer bring him back as a zombie, pick up one of those book things, go to, I think it was like floor 24, I think? The same one as the crossbow thing that you have to go back a second time for. It was either 22 or 24, I think. And yeah, then use that book on that particular floor, turn him into a skeleton, at which point you apparently go to Sembronza, find a Root Inverse, apparently it's a similar, like, rare drop type situation, and then use it on some altar, or nearby some altar, or on a particular map or something, which then turns them into a Divine Knight. God, that seems like so much extra effort when they could have just done that old system, but, you know, whatever. And apparently, actually, they were saying that it's not even, like, a legit version like it was in other games. Like, how the previous version was basically, you know, they died, they had a small chance to come back as one of those. Apparently, their kind of takeaway on this one is, no, they're just, like, a fake replica, you can't make the real ones. Or something like that. Alright, so it's time to go deal with this type of situation here. I think I'm gonna have him be something else here. Yeah, I might as well just make him into a Fusilier. Or a Lord, either or. You know what, honestly it's fine, he can just stay as he is. He's not gonna do much. Thing is, because of how this goes, I believe I'm supposed to go in with my gunner squad here. Because of weird shenanigans, you know. Of course there's weird shenanigans. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering what the deal is with turning Cardgage into a zombie, he had a tendency to die every single time, and he was about to perma-die, so I figured, screw it. I'm just gonna make him into a zombie. You know, why not? That was basically the logic going on there. He was always dead, might as well make him permanently dead. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he can learn much stuff now, but oh well. So now, this is the one that I recall being the hardest of the original shrine stuff here. Because basically when I had gone through them all, for whatever reason, this is the one that always gave me the most trouble. And I think it was mostly just due to everything being able to do the whole Charm Bewitch thing. Should be easier this time, though. Yeah, that seems dramatically easier. I still haven't gotten Fusils for her yet. I will at some point. Feels like this should have different music. I don't know if all of the weird, like, zombie music is fitting for what is basically a fight against a god dragon. Oh well. Design choices and such. Alright, nothing proven too difficult as of yet. Hopefully all of the charmy dealies will be all dead before they get even remotely close. Or just do that kind of stuff, that's fine. I mean, they're slow enough as it is. It feels like having an army of zombie gunners might be the slowest thing ever, but ridiculously good. I actually was originally messing around with that to see if, by any chance, the mod had changed the rules on whether or not you could turn uniques into zombies, which it hasn't. At the moment, you can't turn Diebold into one, so I guess that's why people were complaining about it. I was planning to turn Diebold into one, and I was trying to turn one of my healers into a zombie. I think it was a good way to go about it. But no such luck. I mean, I guess... probably turn Diligent into one. I mean, she'd be slower, that's for sure. Or at least she seems slower. Oh, wait, whoops. I'm not paying attention. Yeah, so... she actually hasn't had a tendency to die very much. Maybe Van Dorn. Because they can still do all the same stuff they could do before, and if they've already got their... I mean, they basically just can't learn new stuff. They can't change classes, I believe they can't learn new skills or get new points or anything. And they also cause a detriment to the amount of points that you get EXP-wise. But, you know, they're functionally unkillable, because nobody's carrying around exercise. So there's that. There's also no reason to be bringing them up to the front line here. Actually, what I should have done is brought a Griffin along. It's funny, because even when they can't hit, they're actually really good for knocking stuff off cliffs, especially beast units. So their boulder thing is still very capable of throwing stuff off cliffs. So like the map before this one, with all of those extra little spots all over the place, it was the type of situation where I basically just had Berta flying around throwing rocks and knocking dragons off cliffs, so that they were just completely not a problem. Nobody's moved yet. Oof. That's a bummer. Alright, now what I meant to do... Oh, also one thing I didn't mention is, yeah, Sharpshoot is actually useful now. Well, I don't know if it's actually giving any benefit to her right now. No, it isn't. It's only for Fusils, I'm an idiot. But yeah, no, it's actually properly useful at this point, because it didn't used to do a crit before, it was just 100% chance. Whereas with, when it came to course correction, it basically did the same thing, except it also just ignored everything else, so there's that. You're like, okay, would you prefer weird bullet bending abilities, or would you like the ability to just only have the normal non-cheat version? Which the answer was always, yes, please cheat. Oh well. Why fairies for lightning? Now that I think about it. That Grim Reaper may not necessarily hit that often, but it is a really amazing ability. Oof. I'm gonna think of it, I should probably have him taming this dragon, shouldn't I? Oh, and actually, courtesy of Rakes being awesome, I don't have to go and tame all those different dragons and other beastie dealies, because he actually put the guide to that on the last video. Kind of explaining everything of what all the different ones do. So it sounded like Octopi would be the one to sort of farm out if you really wanted a lot of the better endgame weapons. Which is fine, actually, because it seems like they drop them more often than, well, however it was they were supposed to get them before. Because actually, I found myself with a couple of them. Yeah, I expect it to be a little bit farther, to be totally honest, than Was expecting to have both of these done. But A, didn't have time, and B, well, ended up redoing a bunch of fights because, well, out of instinct, I saw the blue thing above card gauge, and kind of went and exercised the guy, and it turns out, that's not so good for him existing. Especially since he is on his last life. One thing I did mean to test is whether or not they just lose a life, or whether they, properly get deleted. In the case where you go and, well, exercise them. I don't know. Wait a second. Well, rip card gauge. Right. So, that sucks. And actually, their movement is already there, so... screw it, whatever. Whatever, moving on. He died as he lived. Danky. And not able to get out of the way. Oh, man. Oh well, I guess just vigorize everyone. And now that the dragon's in range, I suppose everyone can just kind of course-correct that thing to death. You know, I never knew the Caduceus gave an exorcism now, but I guess now we know. Can I transfer zombies over to somebody else, or is he just deleted now, though? That is worth finding out. Alright, you're probably gonna heal poison above shackle, if I recall. Yeah. Wait a minute. That wasn't even ease. What are you doing? Come on, use brain. Apply brain to situation. Receive results. Man. Didn't have my coffee today. Feels wrong. But yeah, poison is still above shackle. I don't know if that's intentional or if that might change or something. That's just more of a convenience thing. I don't think there's actually like a specific anti-shackle ability, but it doesn't last very long at this point, so that's nicer. I believe before it lasted like 5 or 6 turns, now it seems to only last 2 or 3. I just always recall having a bunch of people shackled and then, you know, then realizing how few people I had Farron Bolus abilities on. And then it was a pain, and then I had to go back and get more, gripe, 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 etc. I could have sworn all my healers had those items. Oh well, Tabula Rasa. That fixes everything. The best ability. And eventually these guys will have turns, and then that'll be the end of the fight. Or not, because stun bomb happened. This is the one downside to the major downgrade to the speed of these guys. Oh, jeez. Thing's tough. Yeah, these guys' speed has been just deleted. Basically in the original they were pretty darn slow, but still sort of acceptable. Alright, I don't believe Gimlet works on these guys. So that won't be a thing. But there's a reason that I brought along 4 healers. Or you could not. Yeah, you definitely could not do that. Save scum time. Oh, I hate that ability so freaking much. Alright. New plan! You just maybe shoot him? There we go. That ability sucks. Yeah, I think whenever that Iron Man run's happening, one of those is probably gonna be what ends it. Man, that crap is so friggin' strong. Alright, so we're gonna do 80 approximately with that. And probably Wind Scythe will be the most worthwhile here. Oh, that's it? Didn't even work on him? Alright. And then it's double time. Plunk, plunk. And he can't get knocked into a cliff, so no worries. At least I believe their cliff immunity still applies. Don't see why it wouldn't. I highly doubt this will do it, but with a shot. No. And I actually want to test a Grim Reaper on him anyway. Worth a shot. Yeah, there's a very good reason that this thing was the bane of my other run. Actually kind of funny, because some of them, like especially the chicken boss, that thing, I want to say it ended up only taking like 4 shots to kill the thing, and now this one's taken like 4 or 5, oof. Taking 4 or 5 kill moves like nothing. But this is the fight that ended up killing off my first version of Azelston. It was a little bit of a problem that way. Now let's see if you can maybe avoid killing off this guy before he comes and fights you. Thanks for that harmless ability. Alright, nothing I can do about that Bewitch, though. However, I can just start reviving people. And I'm not worried too much about spending some of these things. Basically, whenever going and just repeatedly doing Tynmouth Hill and things like that, they drop pretty much all the time. Like I had 15 going into these fortresses. Riggedy-doo-dah. Oh, you know what I just noticed? He was charmed, not bewitched. Okay, that's better. That is a much better thing. Although this thing still is only half dead and appears to be eating through everybody like they're candy. Perhaps I'm better off actually just course correcting. Let me check what their damage is. Yeah, no, I'm better off with just course corrections. Probably should have done that with the others, but they'll recover. Again, in most cases, when it comes to boss fights with the gun team, I have them end up on the ground, but it's just more or less considered okay. Dang it. Friggin' flappy things suck. Get dead. Oh, you know what? Another kind of funny thing I found out. Apparently, once that Blackmore fight actually happens, there's even more grinding to do in the fight itself. So apparently there's like an entire set of equipment that can be gotten. So there's that. Also, this is going so well right now. Probably what I should have done is gotten more hastes out early. But I don't really have a whole lot of ability to do that now. Let's see. That's 3 damage sources that are down. Can probably get at least a couple of them up. Charlie Sheen with a gun over here is at least fine. I wonder if he was meant to look like Charlie Sheen. You are a dick, Vice. You are a dick. Alrighty. And this still seems manageable. Who's next? He's gonna be next. Probably get somebody else up. Gonna have her run up to the front and hopefully take some hits. Or avoid some hits, or just generally be there as a distraction. Yeah, I wouldn't really be recommending this as a strategy, all things considered. But apparently you gotta be above a certain level, so these guys are above that level. And aside from turning everyone into archers, which I guess I could also do, there's this. Plus that might be a little bit faster, because these things take so dang long to reload. Actually, it might be necessary at this rate. It doesn't seem like they've got any healing sources. So there's a very good chance that Hobrim and Lindell can just kind of plink this guy down. I mean, they're basically my 2 best ones. And by and large, if I just hide them in the pile of corpses, they should be alright. Alright. Get the point, there's a lot of you. Alright, come on now. Surely one of you is capable of missing a hit or something. Alright, so last stone is gonna be for him. So I think Gamp has extra lives. We'll check that in a moment. Alright, dude. No. No. We are not doing that. Because that is pure dickery. Also, why are we lagging so much? Yeah, okay, you are just gonna move over here, because I'm sick and tired of you getting hit by every freaking thing under the sun. is supremely annoying. Alright, this guy has some resistance, so hopefully he can just survive it. I forgot to check if Gap has extra lives, right? Yeah, he does. He's fine. Oh yeah, so lately I've been doing that whole like blind Iron Man thing and all that. I'm a little bit surprised that this game... Oh, frickin' A, are you serious? Yeah, no, this isn't gonna happen. Time for everyone to be archers. Alright, how many archer marks do I have, and where are my archers? Why am I blind here? There we go. 36. Yay! Also yay! Also, where's Canopus? Congratulations, you're an archer too. Everyone's an archer. Ooh, this is gonna be a pain in the neck to redo. Meow. Alright, that's 6 archers. 7 archers. You can't archer. Don't have... Ah, screw it. They're gonna do crazy damage. 8. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, I think that's all the archers we need. Okay. How many fancy bows do we have? Alright, we'll get the best one, I suppose. Dandy. Fancy gloves. These will boost it, but we need those crit gloves. I don't have any leftover crit gloves. Dang it. Oh well. Armor gloves it is. Now this actually should be hilarious, all things considered. Bows, there we go. He knows everything. Except not very well, I guess. Actually, do you have Draconology? Feels like you should have Draconology. Charm Ward for sure. Oh, one thing I was asking earlier is whether or not stuff like counter and whatever could potentially be ranked, and turns out that's a no. Which I guess makes sense. You would just go and grind that up pretty much immediately. Not to mention it would be ridiculously easy to do so, but... There's that. Alright, learn bows. Gonna be a little bit of a hefty cost investment into everyone. But hopefully they should be good enough. You know, by all logic, what I should be doing is going and, like, doing this off-screen. But I'm not doing that right now. Why? Well... Mostly because I wanted to just do this boss fight and be done with it. Why don't we give you one of them bow dealies? No, I already have my bow dealie being assigned to somebody else. That. There we go. You're getting the other bow dealie. It's gonna take me ages to reassign all this. Oh, dang well. Should I have remade Aracel into one of these? Yeah, probably. I think she already is one. Maybe she isn't, I don't know. There you go, give you the Tundra. Because ice is kind of your deal. I think she has Augment Ice, right? Yeah, rank 3 of that, so that should be pretty decent. So, I will say, yes, it is a little bit of a logical fallacy to go and, well, do what I'm doing here and just go full, like, ranged on everything. But I think right now everyone's good enough that it, you know, it should be fine. We'll see. This could be a major mistake. I've been known to make those. Quite often, actually. But maybe they won't be. Maybe this will be amazing. It probably will not be amazing. I think for everyone else, I'm just going to give them those 3 abilities and call it a day. I don't want them wasting all of their points. Also, I guess this might be a good little test for that guy that was saying that archers were completely underpowered. I don't know. I still think they're pretty beastly. Oh, that's just my own stupid opinion. I guess anything is potentially really good if you have enough people launching enough attacks on one little thing. In this case, it's one of the hardest bosses, as I recall. Maybe not necessarily one of the hardest. I mean, if you've got Dragon Slayer and such like that, it's not going to be the hardest thing in the world. But in terms of just kind of general purpose party setups, I mean, by all logic, what I should be doing is putting together a few Dragoons, giving them handguns, and letting them go at it. Which I actually will do now that I think about it. Okay, Fusiliers, which one of you wants to be a Dragoon? Since they're exactly the same level. There we go. These two are gonna be Dragoons. Ain't that dandy. Actually, I think I'm gonna dismantle the Fusilier squad. Seems like a good idea. Okay, I want to see whether he can do preposterous damage with a friggin' Karazhan. You get that one. You get the Petronel. And this is why I'm only making 2 of them into what they are. Give you a nice fancy shield. Actually, you guys could probably use some proper armor. Yeah, I'll give you a Barat, and I'll give you some worm scale. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, also 11, I forgot to equip Festa. Yeah, that'll be good. And then probably just go no healers. And these Holy Crowns are really good. I kind of wonder if part of the reason that Holy Crown drops got nerfed is after I put up the video of basically getting like 15 of them in a friggin' grinding session. I think that was unintentional. Oh wait, I already gave you your abilities. And just face that I haven't done yet. There we are, and there we are. And finally, this little setup shenaniganry is done. Save state in order to not do all that crap again. Okay, delete, 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 etc. Delete you. And yeah, going no healers. I think after this I'm gonna grind archers up to level 50, possibly. Why does that seem like a really stupid idea, actually? Probably because it is. I should try not having stupid ideas. There we go. And there we go. You guys are going to be down here, you're going to be the front line, everybody else is going to be the back line, and this is going to work amazingly. And then cutscene. Xolotl. Speaking of... Okay, he's got crap tons less health now. Abilities. Yeah, he doesn't need Constitution 3, he's got all that health without it. There's me. There's a. Genius. Helps to give your archers bows. Alright, anyone else missing a weapon? Nope, I think we're good. Oh, and I forgot about Canopus. Yeah, okay, I'll probably replace somebody with him. I apologize. And being a bit of a crap show right now. Alright, let's have probably the uniques going out front here. Maybe I'll just leave behind Bradford. Actually, no, Bradford's coming. I'll have these two up front. Maybe it's Faced I'll leave behind, she's a little bit underpowered. Just generally speaking, it's not any direct thing there. Hang on, who am I forgetting? Canopus, right. There we are. So Canopus is going to be the squishy killer. Everyone else is going to do their own stuff. Now, as I understand it, with Canopus, I shouldn't necessarily be giving him what I gave him. Since apparently this doesn't necessarily scale crazy well for weapons or whatever. Basically it's just for hybrid builds and that sort of thing. I guess some of these I'm just actually going to leave on AI because, well, they're basically doing what I would have had them do anyway, just moving. Okay, so current plan. Actually, no, I won't leave them on AI because they will continue moving. Anyone else on AI control? No. So I'm gonna have him go and shoot Lindel, and should give Lindel enough points, hopefully. Okay, 49, not quite. There we go. Gave him enough points. He should hopefully be able to run up and kill off this dragon now. Wow. Okay, wow, he is really good at that, actually. And that's even before Dragon Slayer's allowed, so he is probably just gonna outright destroy the boss then. This would be the way to go. Yep, okay. Fusilier squad is gone. They are replaced with handgun dragoons now. And archers. That's good. I'm just gonna integrate all this stuff into the main party. Alright, a couple squishies got close. Not to give him Dragon Slayer. Good job, Derpington. Alright, that's fine. Forward button. So that means no one has Dragon Slayer. I want to redo all that. I think I do. Now I especially do. Dang it. I apologize. Alright, you still don't have a bow, so let's fix that. Alright. Dragon's Bane and Dragon Slayer for sure. Ooh, and Dragonfly, right. Forgot that that exists. We could show that off. Actually nice, because now actually stuff like Dragon's Bane actually has a use. Alright. Attempt number 3. Or 4. Something like that. One of them. There, finally. It'd be hilarious if after the end of all this, it winds up in a situation where he actually can't drop it because of the high level. You know what? Another kind of interesting idea that I was planning to try out down the line is one that I started doing and actually got bored of on the base version of this game. It'd be interesting to see how an AI run would function with the mod. That might be another idea down the road. So let me know if that's something you might be interested in, if anybody actually stuck around after the utter incompetence crap show that was everything up to this point. But I'm gonna kind of assume that if somebody's looking at this, if somebody's played this game and whatever else, they may be kind of a patient sort. Just in general. Also, I'm gonna take a little bit of a different approach this time. I'm gonna feed my two frontliners a couple dragon steaks instead of having anyone shoot at them. This way I can get shots off on all their squishies and all that. This might miss. Oh, maybe not. In that case, by that same math, this should hit. Or not. This feels a bit too far. Okay, what about from here? No kidding. Alright, good enough. Okie doke. You don't have the... whatever. They don't have field alchemy. Oh well. I think I'm just gonna call that the Riot Cop build. The whole pistol and shield thing. Yeah, Dragoon Riot Cops. Sounds about right. The Dragon Cops! Okay, so he's gonna run right up front. I don't have course correction on him, so I'm gonna have to thin out the squishies and stuff. First off, you do no damage to... oh, dear God. Wow. Okay, what if... Dragon's Bane this mess. Let's see how effective this is. Because I want to see Dragon's Bane on... no, Dragon Slayer would overwrite Dragon's Bane. Alright, let's see... no, that still does nothing. Ooh. There's a lot to that thing, though. Alright, that fairy needs to go. There we go, now it's not doing Virtuous Dance or any of that. Don't need that Virtuous mission. Nice. Should have done this from the beginning. Why didn't I do this from the beginning? This is way better. Like, not even comparably better. This is just... completely overpowering. I'm actually kind of fine with Fusiliers being kind of crap as they are. Just comparatively speaking, anyway. Mostly because early Musketeers... well, not even Musketeers so much, like Arquebusiers and stuff like that, did have a tendency to kind of suck. It wasn't necessarily a power or accuracy kind of thing, but more along the lines of hang on, no, not that ability. It was more along the lines of they needed to be backed up by other things because of how long it took them to reload and stuff like that. Bam! My God, he just freaking insta-killed a dragon with a gun. That's awesome. That is fantastic. Okay. Yeah, no, that's beautiful. So what I'm really looking forward to, though, is Yunin's next turn. I want to see with Dragon Slayer what kind of damage he can put out. Like, whether it'll actually help with penetration or whatnot. Why didn't I give you any abilities? Well, this is still an insta-kill. Might as well have him take basic bow shots. Actually, no, he can take a double shot, can he? Yeah, he has a double shot. Gotta say, double shot was one of the most frustrating abilities in the original. At least for me personally. So I had archers as basically my head class, because of course everyone did. But I basically had 2 bow archers and my leader with a crossbow. Would constantly try to use, double shot, and it would always end up missing the second shot. Like, for God's sake, why would you make it this way? All I want to do is get an actual hit. Like, no, you can't have a hit. No hits for you. Your Mafia level isn't high enough. Alright, where did all your TPs go? Alright, you know what, no, Paracel. Alright, can you actually use Dragon Stakes on... No, you can't even use them on yourself. These guys are just gonna have to take multiple shots at Yunin, then. Alright, and a little more. No, they both have to take double shots. Dang it, I apologize. Incompetence Crip Show. There we go, finally. Now that we have that set up... Okay, so just regular Dragon's Bane. Does 58 against that, 1 against that. Now let's see, where does this damage apply? So 288 double shot on that, and 400 damage on that. Right. First weapon on Dragoons. Oh my god. Okay, he just insta-deleted that dragon. Alright, Yunin's next turn, this fight's over. I'm not even sure if it's worthwhile to let everyone else take their turns. That damage is preposterous. Probably could be using an Enflagrante on that other one. Probably will if anyone's got the points. Want to get this guy down to 400. But I am definitely glad to see that this guy is one of the tougher ones, because this feels like a proper boss fight. We'll say Chicken Boss and the Octopus one. I mean, the Octopus one, okay, potentially. It's just the Octopus map, for whatever reason, didn't have any water on it, so they couldn't really use any of their abilities. They were just relying on brute strength on what is... brute melee strength on what is effectively a sort of artillery-type unit. So that was weird. But that's a base game problem, that's nothing to do with the mod. There we go, Yunin's turn's coming up. Whatever, you just sit here. We're just gonna sit here and watch. You know what? Let's see if Lindell can clinch it instead. Yeah, he'll do it. Fine. Wait, no, I forgot to save before the... Oh, crap. Please tell me he dropped it. I already have that one. He was supposed to... man. He was supposed to drop Cudgel and Whip. I don't have... Hang on. Cudgel and Whip. I think I have Cudgel and Whip. Oh, wait, never mind. Who cares? Alright. That was almost a mini heart attack. Well, at any rate, there we go. That's that. I like that setup. That was fun. That was a good little setup there. So, that'll be about that then. And, you know, just wanted to show that fortress. Probably not going to show the last one. There it goes. But yeah, that was definitely more difficult than I recall. Oh, actually, probably one last thing. Let's see if anything is different on that helmet book. Oh, it's just Holy Crowns? Yeah, who cares? Wait. Why is that all that's in here? Strengthening and crafting of helms, but... Really, why is that it? I mean, they're a good item, but... You know... Maybe more stuff in there? Well, I'm sure there'll be more stuff in there down the line. Probably just a holdover thing. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a good time. Or day, or evening, whenever you happen to be watching this. Bye.